million people a year have gone there. Today, there certainly would have been tours, but we don't know about anybody being hurt or worse. We do know this. It is raging out of control. This is stone on the outside, hollow on the inside. I spoke to two first responders on my way over here to the office, running across town. This is the worst of all worlds. It's all wood on the inside. It's in a state of disrepair. There's a lot of work equipment inside, and on the outside, it's a shell that can hold in the heat. This is very, very difficult. Now, to get to what was going on inside Notre Dame, we have James Janiga from Chicago. Like I said, people come from all over the world to go there and see this. He was there as the fire started. James, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Chris, if you can hear me.
All right, thank God you're okay, you and your family. I hope that goes for. What can you tell us about what you saw?
Well, my wife and I had brought our children for their first visit to Paris and had gotten into town only hours before visiting the Notre Dame Cathedral. We went to visit it just as it was closing for the day. So we were in the very front of the church, walked outside and around the north side of the church. Of course, the outside of the cathedral, historic cathedral, is coated in scaffolding for some of the work that is being done around it. And so after walking around the outside of the cathedral, we've gone a couple of blocks across from the Université to Saint-Louis, turned around and looked back and gasped and saw the spire engulfed in flames. And from there, we watched as the rest of Paris watched in silent shock as the flames just grew and spread across the roof and the spire that is so familiar to all of us who've spent any time in Paris.
Yeah. Now, James, let me ask you something.
It was terrible.
James, let me ask you. I mean, it's a very congested area. Your family was doing the tour. I mean, that's the loop that people walk when they're visiting that area. Millions of people just like you do it all the time. Did you get any indication about what may have started this at all?
No, Chris, I really couldn't say anything like that for certain. There was a lot of scaffolding up around the building. My assumption moved in that direction, but I don't know. I'm following the reporting probably like you are to see what might have caused it.
And James, you saw everybody get out, everybody that was with your tour group. You have no reason to believe that people were in there?
We weren't with the tour group. We saw a lot of people exiting because we assumed it was the end of the day, and so we sort of left with them before getting very far in ourselves. So what we saw, Chris, was people on bridges looking in shock at this thing.
Gotcha. Video images, the videos. I mean, this is a huge part of Parisian society, of world society. We're not used to seeing an historic icon, something of so much significance in this world, no matter what your belief system, literally being destroyed before our eyes. James, thank God you and your wife are okay. You didn't see anybody else getting hurt. Let's take that as progress for now. Thank you very much. And let's head back to Melissa Bell. One question, Melissa, you understand some of the protocols about fighting fires in Paris better than I do. No helicopters. Is that something about capability at this point, or is that a function of choice at this point?
Here, Chris, in the very beginning, as this tragedy was beginning to unfold in the great...
And to me, it also is a symbol of our culture and the fact that millions of people visit it every year. It tells something about the importance and the significance of this monument to not only French people, but to people from all over the world, I would say.
And is it more than just a religious building for Parisians?
No, I think it has many different, it has actually many different meanings for every Parisian. I think it's not just a religious symbol, like you said. It has much more of a cultural significance, I would say, which encompasses, of course, religion as well. But I think it represents, it has meaning for all Parisians, regardless of their religious beliefs, I would say.
I think one of the most amazing things about watching these pictures is, I don't know about you, I never think of a church being destroyed this way. To watch the spire fall, to watch the roof being collapsed.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, like you said, it is unbelievable, and to see such a monument. It's the very embodiment of our heritage just falling down and burning down right in front of your eyes was horrendous. And I could tell, like, while I was walking down the street, people were actually, like, couldn't believe their eyes and in state of shock, I would say.
What is it like on the streets of Paris tonight, on the Ile de la Cité?
It was actually, as you can imagine, it was highly chaotic. I tried to take the metro, but it was all blocked, and you could tell that there was a huge impact on transportation, and people had to walk, and it was just very chaotic, I would say.
It was blocked because of congestion, or it was blocked because police closed it?
Well, I mean, there are many. It was partly closed by the police, and firemen had to evacuate. We had to evacuate because of the ashes, and they were intervening at the time, so we all had to leave. I saw a lot of tourists being evacuated, especially, but then it had an impact directly on transportation and on the metro and buses. I think it created a whole chaotic atmosphere in the streets of Paris. So it was actually very, very, very hard to believe. At first I couldn't believe it when I saw it from the window. I was in a state of shock.
Amelie, the Associated Press is now reporting that Paris prosecutors have opened an investigation into this fire to figure out the cause of it. At least the initial reports were that they suspected perhaps it could be tied to the renovation that's been going on. When was the last time you were in the cathedral?
I was in the cathedral, I think it was less than a year ago, during summer.
Was there renovation going on then?
Yes, there was already some renovation going on, yes.
Is it, you say it was a year ago, is it, so it's not someplace that you went once a week or even once a month, but is it like that, I don't know, something that's just so familiar to you that its very presence is a comfort?
Yes, I mean, I don't live very far away from it, so I see it almost every day. It's not my local church, but I mean, I've been there for Christmas, for Easter, so it really is a symbol to me as a Christian, of course. But it has a lot of significance to me, but I think also to all of my friends to whom I was talking to earlier, Christians and non-Christians. It was